I'm James Zanewicz from Tulane Medicine here at the Bullpen during JPM 2025, and I'm with George Eastwood and Tom Whitehead of the Emily Whitehead Foundation. Welcome to the Bullpen, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, James.
Great to be here.
I know it's neither of your first time in the Bullpen. You're longtime Bullpen members, which is great. Tremendous members of our community, but I have 3 easy questions for you this morning. The first one is just to give us a little background on each of yourselves and how you got where you are today.
Yeah, so I'm Tom Whitehead and the father of Emily Whitehead, and she became the first child in the world with her immune system trained to beat her cancer. After she did 22 months of standard leukemia treatment, she entered to become the first CAR T-cell patient at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, and 23 days after they put her genetically modified cells back in her, she was cancer-free and remains that way 13 years now.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
George, yeah.
Yeah, and my intersection with Tom and Emily's story was through my for-profit career in cell collection and cell manufacturing. Much like an event at JP Morgan, Tom's given a powerful talk, and afterwards, so moved in front of my team, stepped up to Tom and asked how I could help, and 8 years later, we're here growing the foundation and acting executive director as we grow and shape our mission as advanced therapy world evolves.
I think it's a perfect lead into our next question, which is really what has your focus right now? And I'm guessing it's your work with the foundation, but what in particular do you want to accomplish in 2025?
Yeah, so what we're trying to do is get these new advanced therapies like my daughter received more accessible. I've heard at different conferences and that maybe 20% of the patients that qualify for these new therapies are actually getting them. So we still have patients reaching out to us from all over the world when standard treatment for whatever they're being treated for isn't working. So we want to be more successful to pay it forward so they find out about these new trials so that maybe they can have the same outcome as our family.
Yeah, and to Tom's point, that 80% of those eligible are not receiving the treatment, and there's so many avenues in which we can get people to treatment, whether it's in the community, to a commercially approved therapy, to new trials for new diseases. So expanding the mission beyond CAR T and to all advanced therapies. There's so many commonalities, but we have to start with what we have commercially approved and the hundreds of trials we have in the blood cancer side and for kids. So really driving access to that treatment and defining programs that help shepherd the patients where they need to be.
Yeah, and my understanding is that for a long time, Tom, it was just you and your family running this, and you're really kind of operationalizing and expanding to have a larger impact. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is correct, and I still work full-time for First Energy as a lineman for the power company, and my wife's still full-time in research, but now we have an amazing board of directors, and George is our executive director. We're going to hire a development director soon, and they've all helped us learn how to run it like a business so we could grow the foundation and have a bigger impact.
Nice. And what potential do you see, George, for this as it goes forward?
Yeah, it really is that potential to deliver the medicines that, for most of my career, we assumed the science was the hard part. And, getting that medicine to patients might be harder than some of the gene editing and some of the science. We have people like Carl June, literally awake 24 hours a day trying to find the next cure. But the pace of innovation is so fast, it's really hard to change. The legislature, the payment, the reimbursement side cannot keep up with how fast we're moving, especially in the AI age of drug development and rapidly moving things forward. So how do we shape that environment? How do we work with legislators? How do we work with the whole ecosystem and be that true north of the patient? It's really the potential's unlimited, but we do have to define what we're doing, and right now that's on the CAR T side and the patient journey we know best.
Yeah. Well, I know you're both very familiar with the Bullpen mantra of find someone, help, and repeat, which is very similar to what the foundation's goal is, quite honestly. But this is your chance to ask the Bullpen for help. What can the Bullpen do to help you as you're moving forward with the foundation to achieve your goals?
Go ahead, George.
Yeah, and for us, for 2025, it's how do we build connection and how do we build community? So I tell Tom had this amazing network of people. I would be talking to him and he's saying, I just texted Peter Marks. And hearing all of the impact that Tom's had in that network, it's how do you formalize that community to a common goal? So we challenged our board this year, everybody build your community. Tom's community is the 15 of us on the board in the executive director role. So how can you reach out? How can you build a fundraiser? How can you screen one of our films? We're building that infrastructure to make it easier so we can say, when you go up and ask how you can help, it's like, well, here you go. Here's how you can help. So we're formalizing that. So come up and ask how you can help, and hopefully we'll hand you a few different ways. And Tom's always out there to help as well.
Yeah, Tom.
I would say too that we can always use donations, and you can easily go to the EmilyWhiteheadFoundation.org and make even every dollar helps. But we had so many people help us, when we needed it back when Emily was sick for 2 years. So now we're just paying it forward, and it's simple as making a quick donation can help us a lot.
Yep. And if people want to understand a little more, I think I remember this, but your films are available on Amazon, is that right?
Yeah, right now we have a feature documentary film called Of Medicine and Miracles. It's available on Apple and Amazon. And we're part of a new IMAX film as well. And it's in theaters now. It's called Superhuman Body, World of Medical Marvels. And that film, the purpose of that one is to try to inspire middle schoolers to get into the STEM field and fill some of these jobs that are coming with the new advanced therapies.
That's fantastic. And so I think if people want to learn more, they can go easily watch one of those from their home, connect with the foundation through your website or through you guys on LinkedIn, however works best. Give it their time, their talent, their connections, and they're so inclined their cash to help fund the future of research, and that's kind of your ask.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. I hope you have a great end to your JPM week. We're almost there. Only, a day and a half left. Yeah. And a fantastic 2025 ahead.
Thank you so much. You guys are doing a great job.
Thanks, James.